Hello, welcome to Daily News from Zainabiya TV. Scholarly meetings of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Qom, Iran. The House of His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qom hosted another session of its scholarly meetings. These meetings are attended by various groups of seminarians, clerics, and scholars who ask their questions from the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The questions in the latest round of these meetings revolved around the importance of enjoining good and forbidding evil in worship, the ruling on forgetting the salam in prayer due to forgetfulness, an explanation of the portion of the Ziyarat Kabira, the quality of Shafa and Witr prayers, the recommendation to perform the al-Ghadeer congregational prayers, etc. Furthermore, in this meeting, one of the scholars asked the following question from His Eminence: Is it permissible to perform the congregational prayers for Eid al-Ghadeer? In response to this question, the esteemed authority stated, "This issue has been raised by the late author of the Urwatul Wuthqa, and it is a subject of disagreement among the jurists. He believed that it is not permissible to perform the Eid al-Ghadeer prayer in congregation. However, some jurists have stated that the Eid al-Ghadeer prayer can be performed in congregation with the same quality as the Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha prayers. They argue that the evidence for the celebration of Eid includes Eid al-Ghadeer as well. In addition to this, there are other narrations that have been cited, such as the narration that Imam Ali, peace be upon him, led the Eid prayer instead of the Friday prayer when the Eid al-Ghadeer coincided with the Friday." The dear viewers can tune in these scholarly meetings every day at 11:15 a.m. Qom local time, live on Zainabiya TV and other Shia TV networks, as well as the Al-Shirazi application. Religious and cultural figures meet with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Qom, Iran. In recent days, numerous meetings have taken place in the holy city of Qom, Iran, between the esteemed religious authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Husayni Shirazi, and prominent cultural figures and religious activists. Among the attendees were Sheikh Jalal Ma'ash, Sheikh Abdurraza Ma'ash, and Sayyid Ahmad al-Majid from Bahrain, who separately visited the Grand Jurist in Holy Qom. During these meetings, information was presented to the esteemed religious authority regarding the situation of Shia Muslims in the Islamic world. In return, the attendees benefited from the esteemed recommendations of the religious authority. It is also worth mentioning that the son of the esteemed religious authority, Sayyid Hussein Shirazi, hosted separate meetings with Abdurraza Ma'ash and Dr. Hussein Hatim al-Shibli, the director of the Strategic Center of Najaf al-Ashraf in Iraq. Discussions in these meetings revolved around the religious and cultural conditions of the Iraqi society and the importance of safeguarding the youth against misleading ideologies. Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Karbala hosts religious figures from across the world. During the auspicious days of Eid al-Ghadeer, the esteemed office of Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Husayni Shirazi hosted a gathering of scholars, eulogists, and activists of the Husayni rituals from the Gulf countries at the holy city of Karbala in Iraq. These visitors had traveled to this sacred city to visit the revered shrines of Imam Hussein and Hazrat Abbas, peace be upon them. This office also welcomed a group of religious students and believers from various cities in Iraq who engaged in discussions with the members of the religious authorities office on certain theological and jurisprudential topics. Furthermore, the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi played host to a gathering of devout youth, including members of the Ashiq al-Hussein, lovers of Imam Hussein group, who had come from the city of Nasiriyah to Karbala. Sheikh Nasser al-Asadi warmly welcomed these guests and elaborated on the events of Ashura and the Husayni movement in their presence. Rasul Adham Husayniya celebrates Eid al-Ghadeer in Kuwait. On the occasion of the blessed Eid al-Ghadeer, the grand festival Sadiq al-Akbar was held at the Husayniya of Rasul Adham, peace be upon him, and his family. This festival took place on the 17th and 18th of ZilHijja in this year, with the enthusiastic presence of religious and cultural figures, believers and followers of the Holy Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them. During the Grand Siddiq al-Akbar festival, Sayyid Abdul Hussein al-Ghazwini and Sayyid Muhammad al-Mu'atiq delivered speeches to the public. The event also witnessed recitations of poetry and eulogies by a group of Arab poets and eulogists. At the conclusion of this gathering, precious gifts were presented to the attendees. Member of Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi attends religious assembly in Holy Najaf, Iraq. Sheikh Salah Al-Halfi, on behalf of the Preaching Department of the Office of the Esteemed Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Husseini Shirazi, attended a gathering of preachers and religious speakers held under the supervision of the Islamic Propagation Organization in the holy city of Najaf. In this gathering, he delivered a speech representing the Preaching Department of the Religious Authorities Office, wherein he conveyed some of the recommendations and guidance of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, addressing the religious speakers. Grand Celebration of Eid al-Ghadeer in Madagascar. On Monday, the 20th of ZilHijja 1444 AH, the Grand Ghadeer Festival took place at one of the stadiums in the city of Mahajanga, Madagascar. This festival, attended by hundreds of Shia men and women, as well as dozens of religious, cultural, and social figures, was organized in collaboration with Shia centers in Mahajanga, including institutions affiliated with the religious authority, Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. During the event, Sheikh Muhammad Shaban, the founder of the Wahhabi sect in Madagascar, who has reverted and embraced the Shia faith, delivered a speech about the greatness of the Ghadeer and his journey of becoming acquainted with Shia Islam and finally accepting the guardianship of the infallible Imams, peace be upon them. It is worth mentioning that prior to this festival, institutions affiliated with the religious authority organized a procession on the streets of Mahajanga to introduce and celebrate the Eid al-Ghadeer. Zainabiya Seminary celebrates Eid al-Ghadeer in Damascus, Syria. The women's section of the Zainabiya Islamic Seminary, one of the institutions affiliated with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the city of Damascus, Syria, organized a celebratory event on the occasion of the anniversary of the Grand Eid Ghadeer Khom. This gathering, attended by hundreds of women, featured recitations of poetry, eulogies, and discussions on the virtues of the commander of the faithful, Imam Ali, peace be upon him. Additionally, there were performances and awards presented to the attendees. Sayyid Shuhada Committee honors Eid al-Ghadeer in Tanzania. The Ghadeer Khum Festival, organized by the Global Committee of Sayyid Shuhada, peace be upon him, was held in the city of Arusha in Tanzania. A large gathering of followers of the Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, gathered at the Al-Zahra Mosque in Arusha, Tanzania, to commemorate the auspicious occasion of the Eid al-Ghadeer Khum. In this ceremony, several religious and cultural figures, including Sheikh Maulud Hussein, were present to speak about the virtues and merits of the Master of the Believers, Imam Ali, peace be upon him.